Hi everyone, I'm Professor Zucker and I am your instructor for your summer online Prealgebra Math 351 class. Here are some pictures of me so you'll recognize me at the midterm and final exams. I had hair at one time, I don't now. Oh, and that's not me, that's my dog, Zeno. I'm making this video to assist you in getting underway quickly and easily. In addition to watching this video, be sure to read the syllabus and complete the steps on the last page. Do this before midnight, Wednesday, June 20th, or I will drop you as a no-show. The course is run through Canvas, the learning management system we use at Irvine Valley College. Go to the IVC home page and click on Canvas and then log in. And then choose our course. The first thing you need to do is to purchase access to My Math Lab. My Math Lab is the web-based system you'll be using to learn pre-algebra, do homework, and take quizzes. Click on My Lab and Mastering on the Canvas menu. Then click again on Open My Lab and Mastering. At this point, you'll be asked to agree to an end user license. Click Accept, and then you'll be able to register in My Math Lab. Here, you'll be either asked to sign in with your Pearson account, if you have one, or to create a Pearson account. Most likely that's what you will do. I have an account, but most of you will not, so I'm going to sign in over here. At this screen, you'll get access to My Math Lab in one of three ways. If you bought an access code in the college bookstore, enter it here. Or you may purchase access right now with a credit card or PayPal right here. Or you can pay later and get 14 days of temporary access by clicking down here. The college bookstore sells the access code for about $26 more than the credit card price here, so you'll save money by buying it here. If you don't have the money now, don't wait. Get the 14-day temporary access and pay later. After you've completed the My Math Lab registration process, here's what will happen the next time you're in Canvas. You click on the My Lab and Mastering, and then click again on Open My Lab and Mastering, and this time you'll go straight into My Math Lab. Before I show you the ins and outs of My Math Lab, let's first take a look at the calendar of deadlines on Canvas to see what section we should study. So we go back to, I have a tab open for Canvas, click on Home, and click on Calendar of Deadlines. The Calendar of Deadlines tells you what sections you need to do each day. It sets a minimum pace for finishing the course. I encourage you to work faster than the pace set by the Calendar of Deadlines, so that you'll have a buffer in case you run into technical problems or other unexpected delays. You can see that section 1.1 is omitted. It's an optional section about study skills. You can do it if you want. So we'll begin with section 1.2. Now let me start with the video for section 1.2. If you read the syllabus, you may remember that you need to print the pages of the video organizer first so that you can fill them out as you watch the section 1.2 video. So let's go to the video organizer. You can get to the video organizer two ways. One is from Canvas, right here, or you can also do it from within my math lab over here. I'll do that. Click on Video Organizer. And since it's section 1.2 we want, we'll click on Chapter 1. And here is a PDF file that starts, as you can see up here, at section 1.1 and continues all the way through the end of Chapter 1. Looks like it's 21 pages and ends at section 1.8. Since you're planning to watch the video for section 1.2, you'll need to print the pages for section 1.2. But you might as well print out the entire chapter since you'll be watching all of the section videos for chapter 1, except for the optional first section. So now let's say that you've printed the pages and you have them in front of you. You want to go to section 1 to the section 1.2 video. Here's how you do that. Let's go back to My Math Lab, and we're going to click on Homework. Then we're going to click here on Section 1.2 Video Check Homework. This is where you will find the videos. The video is at the left, and there are a few optional practice problems over here on the right. Let's watch a few seconds of the video. This green check mark over here means that I've already watched the video, and you won't have that until you have watched the video. So I'm going to click on the name of the video. I'll click play.
During this segment, we will review place.
Whoop, I just muted it.
Let's begin by talking about digits. The digits.
I think it may be very hard for you to hear the video through the microphone I'm using. So I'll stop right there. Now that you've watched the video, you have a chance to practice what you've learned. And don't forget that while you're watching the video, you're filling in the pages of the video organizer. So to practice what you've learned, you have some limited questions over here on the right. But I suggest that you go back to the Homework tab and choose instead Section 1.2 Homework, just after where you found the video. Here there are quite a few questions that you can use to practice what you saw in the video. So you want to do as much or as little as you feel you need to. The work that you do here doesn't count in your course grade, but it is important because watching the videos and doing the homework is the way you learn the subject. Let me show you what doing a homework problem is like. So let's take the first problem. You see I've already done it, but I'll do it again. And so the first problem, actually, since I have already done it, I'll choose down here similar question so that I'm able to redo the question, but it will choose a different number here. It asks to determine the place value of the digit 5 in the whole number 538, but if I choose a similar question, I have a different number. Determine the place value of the digit 5 in the whole number 756. Now, if you already have knowledge, you can choose the correct answer and move on. But if you need help, look over here at Question Help. There are several ways that you can get help with this question. One is to help me solve this. Help me solve this is an excellent way to get an interactive help with this question. I'll show you for a moment. If I click on Help Me Solve This, you can see we have 5 screens that we'll be looking at. Let's read this. Determine the place value of the digit 5 in the whole number 756. The position of each digit in a number determines its place value. A place value chart for the whole numbers is shown. press continue to see more. Whole numbers are placed in this chart with one digit in each column. The rightmost digit is placed in the rightmost column, the ones column, as you can see over here. The place value of the digit in the ones column is ones. If 756 were placed in the chart, what digit would be placed in the ones column? So you can imagine putting a 756, and so we click in the box and type in 6, and we click check answer. The place value of the digit in the tens column is tens. What digit of the number 756 would be placed in the tens column? And so they're asking us for the digit that would go where the question mark is, and that would be a 5. And we have one part remaining. The place value of the digit in the hundreds column is hundreds. What digit of the number 756 would be placed in the hundreds column? And that would be a 7. And now we're back to the question, which is, what is the place value of the digit 5 in the number 756? And since 5 is in the tens column, we would say tens. Now we've completed the question, but we've done it using the Help Me Solve This question help feature. So when we close this, the question will actually change. You may notice over here it changed to a new number, 657. But now we have an opportunity to answer that question. Determine the place value of the 5 in the whole number 657, and the answer would be tens. Now let's go on to the next question so that I can show you another feature of the question help. It says determine the place value of the digit 5 in the whole number 73,510,000. So this is a similar question, only a little more difficult. I'm going to go over to question help, and this time I'm going to choose, rather than help me solve this, I'm going to choose view an example. And it turns out that view an example is just like help me solve this, except it's not interactive. It doesn't wait for you to answer the questions, but rather just presents pages with information. In this case, there are 8 parts remaining, and I'll just click through them. I won't read them. But it's giving us the information we need to solve the problem. And finally it says, therefore, the place value of the digit 5 in, it's using a different number here, 56,789,000 is 10 millions. That's over here. And the question is complete. We close this and we go back. This time, because we used the feature called view an example, it didn't change the problem because we haven't actually worked at this problem yet. So let's answer it. Determine the place value of the digit 5 in the whole number. Okay, I know that the first digit on the right is the ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s. The digit 5 would be the 100,000s right here. And we check it, and we are correct. Okay, well, I won't continue to answer questions here. At any time you want, you can bounce around and pick any questions you choose. You don't have to go in order. And when you're done, you can save so that your work is saved. Although remember, this doesn't count in your course grade, so feel free to do as many or as few as you like. Okay. The time that you spend in my math lab will be divided among 3 activities: watching the section videos, doing homework problems to practice what you learned in the videos, as we just did, and taking chapter review quizzes. You've just seen how to watch the videos and do homework problems, so let me show you now how to take a chapter review quiz. You won't do this until you're finished studying all of the sections in a chapter, so we'll just pretend we've done that already. To get to the chapter review quizzes, click over here on the My Math Lab menu. And let's suppose that we want to take the Chapter 1 review quiz. Now I've actually taken that quiz once. You have 2 attempts. I'll click and this will be our second attempt at the Chapter 1 review quiz. Some information. Are you ready to start? You can see here that there are 26 questions. I can cancel if all I want to see is how many questions there are, and that won't count as an attempt. But I'm going to go ahead and start the test. Oh, please understand that I don't incorporate the study plan, so this question about, or the statement about, this quiz will affect your study plan score, you can ignore. So we'll start the test. And it turns out it's exactly like homework. You'll have seen these questions in the homework. The problem is, or not the problem, but the difference is that you don't have any help features over here like you did before when you were doing homework. You're expected now to answer the questions. Write the following phrase as a variable expression. Use x to represent a number. 15 decreased by 7 times a number. Well, I would know from doing the homework that this would be 15 minus, decreased by, 7 times the number. We're using x. And then I move on. Now I'm on question 2. Notice it didn't tell me whether I was right or wrong. That happens only after you submit the quiz. Find the area and the perimeter of the square shown to the right. This square has a 23-meter side. All 4 sides of a square are the same. So the area is, now you would learn that the area is found by multiplying the length by the width, in this case 23 by another 23. And I believe that 23 times 23 is 529, but let's just make a mistake and write 528. And I'll put square meters, that's how area is measured. The perimeter, which is measured by going all the way around by adding the 4 sides together, would be 4 times 23. What's that? 92? Let's type in 92. And perimeter is just straight linear measure, meaning it's not area, so it's not square meters, but rather just meters. And now I'll move on to the next question. Now, of course, there are 23 questions to answer, but I'm going to go ahead and submit the quiz right now, a little prematurely, just to see what our score is. I'm clicking submit. It's warning me that I still have 24 to go. I'm going to submit it anyway. And now it shows me my results. The green check mark means that I got question 1 entirely correct, and I earned a point. The green check mark together with the red X means that I got this partially correct. And if I want to see how I did on the question, I can click the question number here, and it will show me the correct answers. These are all the correct answers, but this little triangle up here means if I hover over it, it'll show me the answer. I guess I have to click there. Yeah, I do. That I answered 528, but the correct answer was 529, and that's why I only earned partial credit on this problem. And I can close this window and go back, and at any time I would like to review the quiz, I can do that by saying see score. And maybe that's not how you would do it. Let's go back. There's a way to review the quiz, and I'm not getting it at this moment. I've already taken the quiz. Well, I'll have to look into that and email that to you. So I mentioned that you get 2 attempts on each of the chapter review quizzes, and only your best score counts towards your course grade. You'll want to look at the calendar of deadlines. Let me go back to that, if I can find it easily, so that you'll know when the quizzes are due. You can see that the first quiz needs to be submitted by Sunday, June 24th. If you miss the deadline for completing a quiz, you may request a 1-week extension, automatic 1-week extension, but you can only ask for an extension once, so try not to get behind. I'm going to stop here Please read the course syllabus for all the other things you need to know. And be sure to complete the 4 steps at the end of the syllabus by Wednesday or risk being dropped from the course. Have a great summer, everyone. Bye-bye.